Hi there, another inspired video here while I was doing something completely different, and I want to talk about transforming you from a frustrated busy bee to a purpose-driven queen bee. That's a transformation I want to support you with, help you with, and this video is about combining three parts of you, which is the feeling part, the thinking part, and the energizing part. And this is the little graphic which I did, and if you want to have that, there should be a link somewhere below or where you can download it, and it's kind of a summary of what I will be talking about. So three parts. You have a feeling part of you, you have a feeling body of you, you have a thinking part of you, and the energizing. And you can be in a balance in all three of them, but also within these three you can also be in balance, and that's what we are striving for. If you are over feeling, then you might be on an emotional roller coaster. That can be quite exhausting. Talking from experience here. So the smallest thing suddenly, lets your entire world crumble. And yeah, exhausting, frustrating, confusing, really annoying. Yeah, these were the words and feelings that came up for me when I was on this emotional roller coaster. On the other end is where I perceived all the other people. They were like cold as a fish and like a stone, not moving at all. I felt like they didn't see me at all. It was usually people when it came to this emotional roller coaster. So there was like nothing happening. It was a super still lake, the surface where everything is just so still and nothing happens no matter how big the storm above us. So here you had the emotional roller coaster, and here you had the totally, quiet and still sea. And the thinking part is, when you're overthinking, you're overanalyzing, is actually leading to procrastination. So you're stuck in procrastination, stuck in perfectionism, and you can't really move forward because you're so busy analyzing the pros and the cons, the next steps, and how it relates to the previous steps you had. How do you want to go on, building on these steps? Is it the right way? Is there a possibility to fail? Oh gosh, or to make a mistake? All of these things. So that is when you're overthinking. And then when you're like not thinking at all, I guess you just, I don't know, I have a person in mind, and he is definitely not overthinking. He is, he just does the things, and the other person just floats. I mean, how to describe it? I'm like, it's just to do one thing, and that seems to be like this. He must have so much quiet space in his head that I'm just thinking, oh gosh, it's so quiet. He's such a quiet mind. But maybe then also impulses are missing. That's actually what I feel like. They get like a kind of bit phlegmatic. But I don't know if by science this is cause and effect, but this is how they seem to me. Like nothing is really important. Nothing really happens. Nothing really builds on each other. It just doesn't make sense to me personally. It doesn't. But I bet to him, it of course makes sense, because usually we only do what makes sense to us, right? So then you have the overthinking and then not thinking, to go to the extremes. And then the other part is energizing. That's also a very, very important part to me, because on one hand, if you're over energized, then you might be like all over the place. Sorry, shaking here a little bit. You might be all over the place, or you're going all out. You kind of explode your energy into your workouts, into, being really busy and stressed as well. So I feel that is when you have loads of energy and you like go totally overboard with it, and which leads also to complete depletion of energy, right? So on the other hand, you have the ones who are this state of being very mindful of your energy and calm and centered and peaceful. Another approach to this energy thing is, let's say you don't have energy at all. You feel tired, You feel a bit lazy, then frustrated, but just like, ugh, like molasses, you know, there's like just nothing getting you out of bed, nothing excites you, everything is just so boring and doesn't make sense, and there's just no reason to get up. And on the other hand, you have loads of energy, but which could also be what I just mentioned before, was the centered energy. So you're mindful with your energy, you share from the saucer, some people say. This never really made sense, but slowly I'm getting there. Because if you fill your own cup first and your own cup is really full, then, you know, it starts to overflow. And then from this overflow, you can serve other people. You go really into, yeah, I would say, for what do I use energy? Complicated situations, stressful situations, because then I can calm myself down again and I have a full cup, so that helps. Energy can also be through food. How is your physical body feeling? Are you nourishing it? If you don't have energy at all, you'll also be tired, or you'll be sore, have aches and muscle pains. And when you have a nourished body, then you kind of feel fit, you feel agile, you want to get out of bed, and like, here's the day, here I am. And the other energizing experiences you can have is movement. So if you don't move at all, you're not moving at all, you're not moving forward, no backwards, you're just, you know, at that spot. But if you do a light jog, you do yoga, stretching, going for a walk, whatever, that can be energizing as well, also for the mind, and it can make you feel better. So you can see how they all kind of relate to each other. So when you feel good, you're more inclined to actually go out, you're more optimistic, and when you are energized, you know, your brain works better, your body is nourished, and then all this energy can be used up here in your center station. So these are these three pillars, which I think are, well, they're not pillars, because I more think they're like intertwined, you know. So feeling, thinking, and energizing. And I want to go a little bit deeper into each one of these areas. Actually, you can imagine them as a Venn diagram, these circles who kind of overlap. And in the center, when everything is in balance and you got these experiences in all these three areas, then you are the purpose-driven, redefined queen bee. Because, well, you'll be the same person, right? But you just change your perspective on things and how you approach them. Therefore, you can move forward with ease and just leave this frustration behind, you know. And that'll be so nice. So let me check that that paper that you can download. It's gonna be like this. So in the feeling zone, what I recommend, the first step of all, is to get you unstuck. Usually when we are on this emotional roller coaster, we stay stuck in this emotion. I mean, when you're angry, it's so hard to get out of it. If you're frustrated, it's so hard to get out of it. And I'm talking about the negative emotions here, because when you're super excited, I mean, why would you want to get out of it, right? And usually excitement just carries you so far. So get unstuck. So there are 3 R's to redefine perspectives and to get unstuck. So first, you resurface the feelings. Sometimes we're not really aware that there are actually feelings that keep us stuck, that there is something, and that something is a feeling. So resurface that feeling and name it, give it a name. And then you can reframe it. Now, this reframe feelings, that's a different video, but just to give you an overview. So then you reframe feelings, and just to give you a small example is, for example, athletes. Athletes, before they start running, you know, they might get sweaty hands, their heart is pounding, and their senses are really like zoned and focused in. And they describe it usually as excitement, that they're excited to, you know, get started, run the race, do the competition. Same symptoms, different person. I don't know, me having to jump from a very high, from a height into water. I don't like to jump from high heights in water. My hands might be sweaty, my heart will be pounding, I will be zoned in, but that's fear. I really don't want to go there. So these are just different situations, how the same symptoms can be perceived in completely different ways. And I don't know if that clicked for you, that example, but that is one perspective shift, how you can see that the exact same thing can be perceived in different ways. And that is possible for many, many other things, for many, many other emotions. And that will get you unstuck as well. So first you resurface them, then you reframe them. And then when you notice that, oh, this is a feeling I no longer need, or it doesn't serve me anymore, to be like totally freaked out, you just release it, you let it go. Also, that complete topic on its own. That's actually what I love to do and to help and support and facilitate the most, to release these negative emotions which keep you stuck wherever you're stuck. Usually in frustration, procrastination, fears, which keep you from getting out there, from showing yourself to the world and just living the life that you want to live, because you always have these nagging voices and thoughts in your mind. Just release whatever creates that, and then you don't have the voices anymore. Only encouraging voices. So you learn to use your emotions as your guidance system, because they kind of show you where, just a German saying popping up on my mind, but it doesn't work in English. But it kind of leads you to the core, to the golden nugget. So you follow your negative emotions and they lead you to your core knot, which you want to solve. And so what you focus on in this area, and what you can start right now, is focusing and noticing your emotions. So when you're hearing me here, what are your emotions? Is there any emotion? Let it be total excitement because it's like, oh, this is a totally new concept. Or is it maybe you're bored? Maybe you're relaxed, encouraged. What kind of feeling are you having now, and where is it in your body? You can do that now and every day on, and just get into the practice of doing that. So, and the release will enable you to go from a frustrated feeling to allowing. So you're very frustrated about a situation, and releasing negative emotions will help you to ease and allow into that situation, so you have awareness to then release it. Okay, let's go to part number 2, and that is thinking. It's kind of the concept to get you unstuck and move forward, but these are the concepts for it. So we don't just go, want to go random places like a fireworks. So you got unstuck when you release the feelings, and now you're going where, how? You're so excited, you have all this energy, and you just want to go all the places. And let's do that in a structured way. So you make sure that you go where you want to be as fast as or slow as you want to go. But for that, we need some strategy. So the thinking part is about getting strategic. First you get unstuck, then you get strategic. And how can you do that? Well, you do plans. I know, a plan, total illusion from control, but still it's good to have an idea where you want to go. So you plan, you create a structure, and this is basically this whole project management thing. So get your spreadsheets out, and do your thingies, make a Gantt chart, make, whatever is in your highest excitement. If you like Post-its, well, do that, whatever works for you. If you do it on your phone, okay, but jot down just a few tasks you can do, and do them smart. I'm sure that means something to you. And also in the thinking, it's about how you focus, how you grow, and how you actually stay happy, because these things you can all do with your mind. You can check out how you actually can stay happy. First, in the feelings area, you noticed when you are happy, and now with the thinking, you can actually see what made you happy, what happened that suddenly you weren't happy anymore, and have a look on that shift. And once you know what made you happy, what kind of dropped your happiness level, when you're aware of that, you can pay attention, you can take an influence on, you know, what doesn't make you happy, kind of get it out of the way if you can, or get more of what does make you happy. And that way you can grow, you know, and you can grow your happiness, you can grow your feeling of joy and abundance, of, you know, like just yay, everything is just going the way I want it to go, you know. If you want to invite more of that, I think it's very, very important to stay in that happy place. So you clarify your vision, your interactions, and your intentions and actions. Once you know where you want to go, let's say, okay, small story here, very short. If I want to describe to you where to go, and you're in Paris, and I tell you go left, right, left, long street, and at the very end, left, right, then you will be at that amazing restaurant. That's one way. I bet after the second turn, you're already lost. You stop writing it down because you can't, you know, it doesn't make sense. And then there's another one, you say you just go north. That might be great for some people as well, but once you go the zigzag, you know, who knows where's north. And how about the direction when this person will point you and say, do you see the Eiffel Tower there in the back? Go that direction. And once you're close by, you'll see a great park, and there you go to the left and ask people there. Isn't that much clearer? And that is what your vision, how your vision serves you. You have this Eiffel Tower, your North Star, and that's where you're going to go. Of course, there's some wiggle room. You go left and right, but, you know, the North Star, that's that Eiffel Tower, that's where you want to go. And you set your intentions, and also tons to talk about that, but stay with us in this shorter version. You set your intentions, how you're going to get there, when you're going to get there. You know, you get all excited that you're going to have this amazing dinner at this French restaurant, and wine. I like wine. And that will help you to gain clarity when you're taking these actions. And so your vision, your intention to get there, and then you take the actions, you start going towards the Eiffel Tower to then enjoy the dinner. And that will help you to, I was going to say it will help you to clarify, but you will become more clear once you have these three pillars in place. And you get these three pillars, vision, intention, action, in place when you do analyze, you know, kind of review and audit a little bit what's happening with you throughout the day. When do you feel super happy? When do you feel not so happy? And what happened in between? Because when you can stay more in the happiness and joy and positive vibes, you know, the easier it will be to go forward. If you're super excited to go to the Eiffel Tower, it will be so much easier. And if you know that if you have good shoes, something to drink, and no heavy backpack on your back to go that way, it will be super easy. But on the other hand, if you're miserable, you have a heavy backpack and, I don't know, shoes which are too big or too small, it's a pain. So we want you to be in the happy space, and there are means and ways how you can prepare yourself to stay there. On to the next one, energizing. So energizing is about consistency. First you get unstuck, then you get strategic, and now you're staying energized. You're getting consistent. And this is kind of small, teeny tiny habits and routines which will help you to maintain focus. As I said at the beginning, there are three parts of it, and just to bring them up again, it's nourishing your body, you eat well, it's moving your body, so you move well. And it's also about keeping your mind sane, so you think well. And if you wrap it up with a whole cycle, you know, thinking is in there, so feeling as well, so feel well. Be happy, have a nice trip prepared. Maybe you don't walk 40 kilometers in one day if you've never done that before. Let's call it 4 kilometers, even if you haven't done that before and you're wearing high heels or too small, too big shoes with a heavy backpack, not much fun. But if you have been doing that or parts of it already for half of your life, well, it's not going to be that hard for you, so you can just go. So you can be quite strategic about preparing yourself in order to be, up for the challenge. And part of it is staying energized. So again, when you're feeling great, it's so much easier when you think about how you're going to get there and setting your intentions on, what will make it easier for you to get to the Eiffel Tower. Piece of cake. But if you're tired, if you're sore, if you've overdone it other days, then, it's pretty hard. So I guess energizing is quite self-explanatory. And what it is about is to integrate healthy habits into your busy day. I know you have so much on your plate, and I'm also quite aware that everybody just says it's about your priorities. Yes, I get that, that's true. But I also know from my own experience, great, it isn't a priority, and yes, maybe it's not the biggest priority, but I would like to do that and have that so much. Why is it not happening? And that's again when the feelings work is coming up, the belief work, looking at your emotions. Why is it so hard for you to squeeze in these 5 minutes in the morning to, make a packing list, or to figure out how you're going to go there, what kind of shoes you're going to wear to your Eiffel Tower, Why is it so hard to install these healthy habits just to drink 1 glass water more a day, or have your veggies, I totally get that. And there's a reason why it is so hard for us. And that usually lays a little bit below and is connected with the feelings, with the perspectives we have in regards to certain situations. So energizing to become consistent is energizing your body, mind, and feelings. Body, mind, and soul, you can call it as well. And you're integrating healthy habits so that you can recharge. And you might be exhausted at first, but then you allow yourself to recharge, to take a break, to slow down a little bit. That's also part of energizing. So it's not only training the muscle to be more stronger, but also resting. Maybe you know that from sports that, well, one thing, abs are made in the kitchen. And the other thing is that, overtraining, when you just train too much, your body is so exhausted that, your readiness level just drops. And that's not what we want. So, 3 parts: feeling, thinking, and energizing, so that you can, in the feelings, release what's holding you back. You gain clarity in where you want to go, how you want to go there, and you recharge your batteries, your gas tank. You keep that full so that you can go the distance. And yeah, all these 3 things together over time, oh gosh, it's so beautiful. It just brings more happiness in there. You feel more agile and positive and just ready, like you can take on the world. It's not a change you do from today till tomorrow. It's ongoing, but it's so worth it, and each time you find your way to fine-tune and integrate and become more aware of the small bits and pieces you can do to make yourself feel better, more focused, more clear, more energized, the better it gets. The better it gets, the better it gets. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. I wish you that you find in all 3 areas something you can do. Awareness of your feelings, awareness of your thoughts, and how you can re-energize yourself. And if you want an overview of these things, for this guide, I should have it here again. There is a link to download it somewhere, and then you can have a look at it. It's just a 1-pager, really simple, not too overwhelming or time consuming, but just to have a recap. Okay, thank you so much for staying with me, and see you soon. Bye.